Welcome back. In this lecture, we are going to understand the concept of event bubbling. Right. So, let me first explain this event bubbling with the help of example. And almost all web browsers support the concept of event bubbling. So let's first understand this with the help of example. So now you can see that we have this document. I have the home.html file, and at this point I have a li item where the id is xyz, and I'm going to apply a click event here. So let me write down here. So I want to apply a click event on a li where the id is xyz, and when I apply a click event here, right? So let me write down here. So I want to execute my event handler. This is the function, right? So, and within this function, I'm going to write a message. You clicked on the li, let me write it here, li item, right? Let me save it. So now assume or imagine what would happen if you click on this li item where I have written India. So let's check it first. So go back here, refresh your page. Now if you click on India, which is the li item, see, I got you clicked on the li item, and that's it. So actually, behind the scenes, what is happening? So when you click at this point, so let me write down here. Let me take my tool here. So this is the originator of the click event. So this li element is the originator. So this is the point from where the click event originates, right? So that or you can say it's a starting point or it's an originator. So when you click here, and if you have a click event registered for this li item, so that event will be executed. The event handler will also execute. So you can see in this case, let me go back here. So we have already registered a click event for this li item. So it's executed. It's very simple thing, right? So but actually what is happening behind the scene? So from this point, after executing the click event or the corresponding event handler function, this click event will move to its parent, and the parent of this li is this one at this point, right? And if you have registered any click event for this unordered list, then it will also execute. Okay, so you might be very surprised to hear this. So let's do it first. Okay, so let me go back and write the click event for unordered list where the id is countries. So let me copy this one and let me paste it here. So I want an unordered list where the id is countries, and when you click here, I would say you clicked on the unordered list. So let's go back and see what would happen here. So now I am going to click on India. Alright, I got you clicked on the li item. When I click OK, so see, I also got you clicked on the unordered item. What is happening here? So I did not click on the unordered list where the id is countries. I only clicked on the li item where the id is xyz. So this is what happens in an event bubbling mechanism. So try to understand this once again. So this is the originator. So let me write down here once again. So let me write down, this is the originator. Event originated at this point. Okay, and if you have registered any event for this li, it will execute. Fine. And then after executing the event handler, right, what will happen? after executing the event handler for this li item, your click event is going to move towards the parent, and the parent of this li is unordered list. And we have just registered a click event for this unordered list. So that event and its corresponding event handler function, it will also execute. And then after executing its event handler, this click event will bubble up. So I will use the word bubble up because it's event bubbling. So it will bubble up and it will move to its parent, and its parent is this division tag. And if you have registered a click event for this division tag, then it will also execute, and so on. And then the event will move to its next parent, and so on. So it means the event is bubbling up towards the parents from the starting point where it was originated. Now let me write a click event for this division element where the id is items. So let me write it here. Let me copy it. I want a div where the id is items, and here I need to write a div. Okay, and let me check the id. It is items, right? So let's go back to your web page. Now I'm going to click on this li item. I got you clicked on a li item, see here. Then I got you clicked on the unordered item. So the click event and the corresponding event handler for this unordered list, it is also executed. If I click on the OK, see the click event and its corresponding event handler function for the division element, it is also executed. So all the events, all the click functions have been executed. Okay. And finally this event will bubble up and finally it will move to the body tag. So because the body HTML element or the body tag is the parent of all elements, right? And from there it may move to the HTML element and so on, and finally it will disappear, right? So let's see what would happen if we apply this click event on a body element. I am saying that I want to apply this click event on a body, and when you click on this event, I should have you clicked on the body item. Okay, and I'm not going to click on the body, I'm only going to click on a li item, right? So the event will bubble up. Finally the event will reach to the body element, and there we have written a click event, right? So it should execute. Let me go back here, refresh my page. Now I am going to click on the India. So from India, from this li position, it will go bubble up to its parent, which is unordered list, and then finally it will again bubble up to its parent, which is a division tag, and finally it will reach to a body element, and we have registered a click event for our body, and it should execute. So let me click here. See, you clicked on the body item. So this mechanism is known as event bubbling, and this event bubbling mechanism is very helpful uh, in delegation event model. So let me write down the word here. So if you want to work with delegation event model, then the event bubbling concept is very useful. Okay, so let me give you an idea that how can you utilize this uh, event bubbling mechanism. Assume that you have few, maybe 10 li items here. So let me write down here. Assume that you have 10 li items here, and if you click on the first item you want to do something, if you click on the second item you want to do something else, and similarly if you click on a third item you want to take some other action, right? So for every li item you want to perform a different action. So it doesn't means that you should write a 10 click functions or 10 click events. So that is not a good approach. Rather, what will I do? I will apply my click event on the parent, which is unordered list. because I know that uh, finally the event is going to reach to the parent. So it doesn't matter on which li item I click, finally that click event will reach to the parent. And once the click event is here on the parent, I can find out the originator from which li item this event was generated, and based on that I can take my action. I can even apply a switch cases, right? Well, let me show you how can you do it. Let me write id equals to, here I am going to write first, and here I am going to write second, right? And let me erase this one, and let's take one more li item, and here I am going to write third. The id is third, right? And I'm going to apply my click event on the parent, right? So because I know that it doesn't matter if I click on India, Australia or Canada, my event will finally reach to the parent, and from this point I can identify from which element I actually clicked, on which li element I actually clicked, so which li was the originator, so you can say it. Let me go back here, and here I am gonna write unordered list, where the id is countries, right? So when you click on this unordered list, then you can perform your action here. Okay, so at this point I can find out who was the originator. So for that I am going to write originator variable, and here I am gonna write dollar, and at this point I can write event.target, right? So target is a member variable of event object, and it keeps track of the element where you clicked, right? So it knows that the target variable knows that on which li item you clicked, right? So let me do one thing. Rather, you can write here id, and here I'm going to say that I want the target or the originator HTML element in the wrapper set, and then I want the ID of my originator, right? And here I can write switch statement, and within switch I can use my ID variable, and here I can write if case, if it is a first, if the ID is first, I'm gonna say alert, you clicked on the, let's say you clicked on the first li item, and here I need to write a break statement, right? And then I can move towards my second condition, second case. If the id is second, right, then I want this message, alert, you clicked on the second li item. Let me paste it here, you clicked on the second li element, and again you need a break statement here, right? And finally I need to write down my third case, which is third here, right? So actually these all are IDs, fine. This is the third li item, right? So what I am doing here, so it doesn't matter where you click on India, Australia or Canada, right? So the click event is going to bubble up towards the parent. At this point this click function will execute, and within this click function I can find out the originator from which point the click event was generated, and I got that HTML object in my wrapper set, and finally I retrieved the ID of the originator. If that ID is first, it means you clicked on India. So I can even write you clicked on India. It's better option here. I can write India. You clicked on Australia, and here I can write you clicked on Canada, right? So let's execute this code and see the behavior. So now I'm gonna click on Australia. See, I got you clicked on Australia. My click function is still able to find out the originator on which you clicked. Now I'm gonna click on Canada. See, I got you clicked on Canada. My function is working perfect, right? Now I'm gonna click on India, and I got you clicked on India. So rather than writing three different click functions for every li item, I wrote a single click event for the parent, and from the parent I am trying to identify the originator, and based on the switch cases I can take my action, right? So this is about delegation event model. So now in this lecture you have understood the concept of event bubbling and the delegation event model. So try to work on it, and based on your switch cases try to perform some different actions, right?